then what is Gold Fury doing? What are they doing? They're not supposed to be over here. A good strategy that I like to do is starting back camps. This is a fine strategy regardless. Also, when you're doing this as Athena, you usually want to wait till your 3 until they're on the edge here, so that way you get the double damage, because this way your teammates had to tank the buff for like 1 or 2 hits extra. Also, you should have looked to reset it just a little bit sooner, because look, your like mid had to run all the way here, then all the way back. Excuse me, sorry about that. Hogging this right away is the right call. Pulling it there is correct. That was really, really fast pathing. You didn't do back camps, so you should be here a little bit ahead of time, or on point since they didn't do back camps at the same time. So pushing the wave is fine. You could even 3 the archers if you want. If not, then that's fine too, because you don't really need to waste mana. Taking your dash here, you shouldn't really look to be aggressive if you don't have any CC. Stacking your passive up early is fine. Your start was both potions. That's a really good start. I would recommend that in general. 3ing the wave here is perfect. You could probably have waited a little bit so you got the all the damage on all 3 melee. I think you only hit 1 melee with the first tick of that. Okay, the game is showing correctly. Nice, nice, nice. I wanted to make sure. Let's see. So here, you're pretty much doing everything right. There's nothing else that you can really be doing to be helpful. It's just so early in the game that you can't really just dive them out of nothing. Usually you want to get double damage of your 3. You could probably just have been patient and waited. You didn't really need to do that yet. Also here, since you have wave push, you could probably look to like go on them right here. Like taunting the Neath right here would have been so good. Okay, good. As soon as you backflips, you don't need to taunt obviously, but good dash, good damage, good poke, everything, etc., etc. Use the mana pot really preemptively. There's a chance that you might get poked and have to back or something like that, in which case the mana pot would be wasteful. So try not to use pots until you absolutely need to. Again, this is like a min-maxing mistake, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it yet, but if you're looking to min-max like absolutely everything... Oh, okay, there's definitely a mistake there. During just like regular wave push, if you ever like... I think it's next wave. If you're ever just like doing regular wave push and the enemy support's in range of your 3 when you're gonna just clear the creeps anyway, just taunt them into your 3 to get like guarantee the double hit off. And like if you taunted Geb there, that would have been so much poke because you would have been like, I don't know, you would have hit the second part of your 3 guaranteed instead of leaving it to chance. Here you're taunting the Neath, which is incorrect because Geb has a shield and will cleanse the Neath. But if you taunted the Geb instead, he would fall so much lower because he can't cleanse himself out of the taunt. So, when you're facing a Geb in lane, usually the Geb is the correct target for most of the engages. Also here, I would have health potted ahead of time, because you need to heal that up ahead of time in case, like, the jungler's here, in case you fall lower than you expect, and stuff like that. Also, when Geb's trying to push the wave, you can play around it in 2 waves. One being just outrange it from the back, but if you have a lead in the lane push like you do here... Excuse me, oh my god, I have a little bit of a cough. Or you can actually push up behind where he can shockwave. But what you did there is you got hit by the damage, and he was able to free clear the wave. So by either outranging it or going in front of it, basically just outrange a shockwave, you play around taking damage for no reason. And also here, Geb was also in range of the double damage of your 3, so you should have taunted him into that. And poking the support right now is very, 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 very relevant. You should absolutely not be rotating here. You're going to miss 4 creeps of experience, and you're not going to be 5 for mid-harpies. Geb's kind of making a mistake as well by following you, but I would not have rotated there because you're just missing straight up too much experience. If they have better push on you than on right lane and duo lane, unless you have somehow like a way better fight at level 5 exactly, you should probably just give up mid camps. It's good that you got them, but honestly Freya and Poseidon could have gotten them alone 100%, and now you're just falling so far behind in farm that you cannot afford to give up any creeps in the early game. Again, like, if you didn't miss those creeps, you would have been 5 like after 1 creep from the mid wave, even if you didn't get mid harpies. Again, you really should try to be playing around the Geb knock because you kind of just are taking so much poke. If you avoided all the knocks that I said you could have, you would have been at like 800, 900 health right now instead of 700. And I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but early game, like 200 health is a ton. It's really gigantic. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Sharing back camps is fine. Now you immediately need to go to duo lane. You should be looking to ult people soon. Apollo's overextending. Holy cow, they can kill him right now. You should have gone directly to duo lane from this way because your Apollo was being aggressed on. You kind of should have expected them to go on him. Otherwise, that was a good ulti because he realized he was overextended. So good ult, good ult. because if Geb rolled and... Now here, aggression is really good. Okay, that dash was a bit preemptive, but what should have happened immediately is I think you were trying to play around Neath backflip. But here, I'll show you exactly how you could have played that better, with better angles and stuff, knowing... Okay, so... Right here, first off, you were already in range of Neath to taunt without even dashing. So your dash is down, so you can't catch Neath after she backflips. Also, like, if you did your taunt right away on Neath there, Apollo was able to auto-attack him, and now Apollo kind of has to back off a little bit more than he would, so you're going to miss some damage on Neath. Just like, if they're in range of taunt as Athena, and your teammates can follow up like the Freya, you can go on them immediately. Also, in general, it's really not a good idea to dash people that are already in range of your taunts. So that really hurts you there. That was a really good taunt, though, even though Geb was able to ult. But I think, honestly, that's going to miss the kill on Neath. Oh, maybe not. Nice, Frey hit all the ults. That was good. But still, that could have been handled a lot better. If you just taunted right away and did not waste your dash. Now here, in general, you're kind of trying to poke the Geb, but best case scenario... You're just going to get him a little bit low, and honestly, minions are going to just outpoke you completely alone. Also, the fact that Geb is still pushing forward almost certainly means that teammates are coming, plus you need to be aware of which jungler they have, and they have Thor, who should already have been in the air. Maybe he uses ult some other time. No, he has ult. So I'm going to guess that you're going to die here just because you're overstaying to Thor ulti and Ao Kuang, and if you get hit by Thor ulti, you're going to die, like, no matter what here. Thor is actually misplaying by not ulting. You should have been dead here 100%, but even given that Thor played the way he did, after kills, in general... Like, you use your stuff, you don't have anything left, just get out. That is the biggest tip I can give, and that is the biggest mistake in every single game, competitive, ranked, whatever you want to call it. Just after you get a kill, get out, unless you know you can do more. And most of the time you can't, because you're on everything CD. So you definitely overstayed there, and you should have died to Thor ulti. So yeah. Also, you didn't really share mid experience. You cannot really afford to solo red. You're not only taking a lot of damage by doing this, but kind of zoning the jungler at the same time. Like, if you just kind of let Freya start, that would be better. Like, you really want to be sharing lane experience before buff experience, and you probably could have gotten the mid wave with the Poseidon. Now, you pretty much are forced to back here because you're not completely healthy. So, you got Reinforced Greaves. When you're taking your choice in boots, the viable options, there are basically 3 good choices for supports at the moment. You can go Winged Blade into boots 1. You can go Reinforced Greaves, or you can go cooldown boots. If you have, if they have a lot of heavy CC on the other team, CDR or CCR boots are generally the best thing. If they have like an Athena or Geb or I don't know anyone else with a significant hard CC like Thor, and CCR boots is really good. So you ulti them here because they're aggressing. Really good taunt immediately. You didn't have your 3-up, that's fine. You should probably have charged your dash just to get the kill a little bit faster. Also, if you dashed ahead of time, then you didn't have to take the kill, but that was a good dash given that the situation was in what it was. Now you should recognize that you're not on CDs and it's going to be tougher to contest, but you can still probably try to fight lefts. Yeah, that's fine. Since they played it pretty well, so there's nothing that you really could have done without your dash and taunt. As I was saying, the Winged Blade start's really good against people who have relevant slows. For example, Kukulkan is really one of those choices. So Winged Blade would have been a fine choice here as well. And CDR boots, when none of the other 2 situations are applicable, is really good. The Reinforced Greaves is a safe bet because they have Geb and Thor who can both really do a lot to you. So the choice in boots was fine here. Winged Blade would also have been acceptable, but that would have been more late game oriented, and this is more early game oriented against Thor, which I think is the correct choice. Now here what you're doing is preemptively pulling the buff again. This is the second time this game that you've pulled a buff instead of going to the wave. So you actually missed sharing 4 or 5 creeps of experience with Apollo and zoning Apollo from the 2 minis. For reference, you get 2/3 of the experience if you share with someone else, leading to a total 1/3 more. So it's really inefficient to not share experience, and you should always be looking to share before getting anything solo. Also, in general, if there is a wave pushing like that, you should go to the wave before doing a buff, unless they're absolutely guaranteed going to steal it. Like, the exception is, like, if they're going to steal it, then here's a good ult. Yep, I expected. Yeah, nothing you can really do. Rip Apollo. Also, I see that you're maxing your 3 over your 2. It's actually really difficult for people to follow up out of CC early, so I would try to look to level your 2 and your 3 at roughly the same rate, keeping them at, like, 1 over the other in skill level, because not having enough CC this early really can hurt you. I know the damage of your 3 is irrelevant, but if you max your taunt to about 3 points before maxing your 3, you'll get the second hit of your 3 every single time out of taunt, guaranteeing more damage in the first place. So, leveling your 3 is a bit inefficient unless you expect to be clearing stuff alone, which it looks like you were this game, but you really shouldn't have been doing that. Also, you don't have your ult here because Apollo died, that's fine. This is a really good rotation because they are fighting in mid, even if you can't get anything out of it, you need to go there immediately. Yeah, and now you pretty much just have to hold mid with Freya. There's nothing that can be done. Okie dokie. Here you're just looking to push the wave, that's fine. Then you should go back right to share. Perfect. Good experience sharing, you got all the mid creeps, now getting the dueling creeps as well. You're being hesitant for basically no reason. I'm not really sure what you're looking to do here, maybe share back camps, but you actually missed sharing with Apollo completely just to get back camps, and if you shared with Apollo, not only would you have more pressure on the map, but you also would be able to go back and share right afterwards. So you missed a full wave of sharing there as well. And now you're being really indecisive because you missed the wave in mid after you decided to share mid instead of doing something else. So you're about like 3 waves behind where you should be right now in this game. That was a good 3 since it'll probably secure mid camps. Good job, you get out at the right time. If they did any CC on you, you were ready to dash away, so that's good. Now this engage for you should be really good, except Freya's doing nothing. She's actually doing back camp instead of contesting mids, but here should be a dash taunt immediately. Really, really good dash taunt. Good 3 usage, really good abilities. You're in a good position the whole fight. Nothing else can be said, just really good job that fight. Now actually there, I can almost guarantee you that you could have body blocked that Geb. That's a really mid-maxing thing to do, but since you don't do much damage with auto attacks, you can a lot of the time as support look to basically just stop movement by body blocking them in place, and I think you could have probably gotten the kill on the Geb, especially for people like Athena and Geb when you're facing them. You can just block them in because if they roll into you, then it stops their dash. Also, you missed another 3 creeps in mid now because you were just kind of sitting at our mid tower doing nothing. So you're very behind in experience now. You should have been like level like 11 almost, and instead you're just barely not even level 10. So you're very behind this game because you're not sharing wave experience. Basically, whenever you rotate anywhere, in general, a really, really good tip is to, before you rotate back anywhere, is to just share the wave in lane with anyone who's there. And if you can't, then just go somewhere where you can share experience. That's the most important thing on support by far. Dual lane is your go-to place for sharing, but if you have to rotate mid, which you do like constantly basically, that's fine to share too. Jungle buffs are fine to share, but you can't not share anywhere. Now here you don't really want to aggress on ETH because you don't have good wards on left. You actually have no idea who's there. Do you have a ward there? Yeah, you actually have a ward. I think that was a weird point of aggression, because they could have really tried to go on you. You saw 3 people there and you have 2, so you know it should have been a bad fight. So that was a bad engage. Basically, in general, when you're outnumbered, you should not try to fight. Here, good aggression because you could probably poke the Geb a lot. Unfortunately, Freya's skills were already down, so you can't really do anything to Geb there. Again, that point is really that situation should have shown that maxing your taunt one more would have gotten more damage on the Geb there, 100%. So you should have at least your taunt at rank 3 before you start maxing, like, your 3 more than your 2. They should be at pretty much at the same level. That was a good poke by Freya. Geb shield was late. Maybe it was down ahead of time, I'm not sure. Now here you can probably stack your passive instead of doing your 3. The damage and clear speed is irrelevant, but stacking your passive from your 1 ahead of time is very, very helpful. Your positioning is a bit odd right here. You don't really need to be behind tower for any reason, because you're not going to make it to red, and you're not going to really be helping Apollo if they're aggressed on. So again, here you're being just really indecisive. You didn't share the back camps here, which you really, really needed to. You also could have held that last creep for Freya, even though she missed it before. So sharing experience is huge. Also, here you should probably ult Apollo right now, because he is being aggressed on. Fortunately, they miss every single ability on him, and he's fine, but you should have been ready for that. Let me go back to the engage, since I was not looking at this in the first place. And you do have good vision. They do as well. You should know whether to fight or not ahead of time. Let's see who's there. They do the buff, and you do the creep alone. Then they do back harpies, then you all go to mid together. You have the timer, you're on time. Let's see who's here. Poseidon is here, Freya is here, you're here. They have only 2 people visible. That's fine. You see 2 people in lane. You could probably go super aggressive. You should look to dash taunt immediately. Right here, that needed to be a dash taunt. Immediately. Athena's biggest point, like, why Athena's strong, is because she can just initiate out of nothing. Yep, that was a good dash taunt then. I don't know why I paused. Good Kraken. This is an amazingly good fight. Good 3 usage. Really good ability usage. Nice pick. Really, really good engage. I was about to criticize it, but good dash. Good 3 usage. Guarantees the kill. That Shock ult though, and then gold is the right call. Really good job. You have Hog 3 in time as well. Nice. So I'd say things that you're doing well. You are contesting mid camps at the right times. You're rotating the mid camps at the right times, except for the very first ones that you did, and you are aggressing on people that are at mid camps correctly. What things that you very, very, very much need to improve on is sharing experience everywhere. You just miss another like 4 creeps in duo lane, even though you would not have gotten gold. The experience from them is extremely relevant. You are not sharing all the jungle camps. You're being indecisive which waves you need to go to, and in general, you just need to share waves whenever you rotate. Now, I'm not sure what you're waiting in the fountain for, because every back you need wards, so you should be getting a sentry and 2 regular wards right here no matter what. Mana Pots is okay in this patch. If you're still getting used to support, that's actually completely fine. But I would definitely recommend trying out just getting regular wards instead of Mana Pots. If you can get used to it, it helps a lot. Although I completely think Mana Pots here is a completely valid strategy, especially for ranked. I didn't see the situation for your ult, but if you're ever going to press 4 like that, I'm not sure who you're ulting now. Oh, him? Let's see. Yeah, that was fine. It should get the kill no matter what. That was a good ult. No, Freya needs to go down. You actually were in the completely right case. Freya was not in position. She did not... Oh man, that sucks. That was a really good TP by Loki though. Maybe your ult could have been a little bit sooner. I didn't see the whole situation, but good ult nonetheless. Also, for this camp, you need to recognize that they only aggro you unless you're... they only move if you're LOS. So you should have been there. Also, they're sieging mid, so you should not do back camps, but really show presence in mid, and tell Freya to rotate also, because they could have gotten the tower right here if you guys weren't there. Also, that was not... Or I guess gold gen. Yeah, I forgot you guys did gold. Yeah, that hog was fine then. Good hog, good hog. Good, you should only be clearing the back camps because you're not going to get gold from either of the front 2 no matter what. That's a really good call. But you should probably have still tried to clear those creeps. I think you missed both creeps, if not just one, of experience there. You need to really be aware of not missing creeps of experience, and that's just huge for you. You should be level like 13 or 14 right now, and instead you're level 11. You are doing a lot of jungle camps, and you should just be sharing with waves. Also, since Apollo died, somebody absolutely has to hold this wave for 2 reasons. 1, the experience is just enormous. 2, the tower will fall if you're not here. So instead of doing the wave, you did back camps, lost the tower, and you almost missed a full wave. If Neath waited a little bit longer to clear the tower, you would have missed that wave. So, also here you're missing those 3 archers still. So you really need to share lane experience like infinitely more. Like, you're missing so much experience this game. You should be like level 14 right now. 100%. And you're just falling so far behind because you're doing jungle camps alone, and you're not sharing with mid, or not sharing waves. I'm guessing this ult will be here. Yep, that was a really good ult. Really, really aware ult. Good job. Nice kill on Loki. Also, Loki doesn't have an active yet. He bought full beads 3 after that. That's actually hilarious. Here you should rotate to mids immediately. Yep, good awareness. You should be ready to taunt as soon as it's up. If he has a whirlpool, I guess that dash was okay. You probably could have held it because you knew that it wouldn't catch him, but that doesn't really make a difference there. It only was a waste of mana, not really anything else. So this game is going to be tough to win at this point. You are up in experience, but pretty much tied in gold. But Loki backdoor is going to be annoying, and almost nobody counters it in ranked, and people following you up is going to be really tough. Definitely still very winnable, though, obviously. Let's see. You do not have ult, so you're just going straight here. Good. Even though it should be a guaranteed kill pretty much. You need to head there in case more people show up. Good pick, good pick. Here you didn't really get any wards this back, or okay, you have a sentry for gold, I didn't see that, because I fast forwarded. Okay, good sentry spot. You could probably just go and Geb here. That's tough to tell, but Geb should have been a free kill there, honestly. I wouldn't really fault you too much for it, but you can like just go on the Geb. He's like trying to defend tower 2v1. Yep, you should do your 3 immediately as well. If you did your 3 immediately after that taunt, you would have gotten damage on Geb. Free tower, good job. Again, you guys missed those 2 archers. You probably should have stayed for those archers. You're just missing a lot of lane experience. Also, I didn't say anything, but the shell is a good pickup. Also, you probably could have pulled Geb an inch backwards, and you would have been able to, now here, yeah. I was going to say, you're about to get hit by Thor ulti. Fortunately, it doesn't hit Apollo, but in general, you can't really stay grouped up near anybody, because it's worth it for Thor to ulti only a squishy. That looks really cool. It's not only worth it for Thor to ulti a squishy alone, but it's worth it, like, it's just free value for him if you're grouped up near your teammates. So you need to be completely away from teammates when you're chasing people down, otherwise you guys are going to get shreked by AoE. That was a good shell usage. Geb is overextending like crazy. That's a free kill, I think. Now, also, you saw that Aqua Gaunt coming so far in advance that you definitely could have dodged it. And as soon as your taunt is up, you should do your taunt 3. Good job. That's a free gold. Oh, Poseidon, what is he doing? Still gold is free. You should not tank it though, because you're so low and you need to stay for Hog that needs to Shrek you. Chalk's invincible, so you could just pass it to him in the very beginning of that. Now here you should just back immediately. Yep, good back, good back. Fast forward, catch back up. Okay, let's see. There's pretty much nowhere to be right now. You're just so far ahead that everything's pushed and just kind of have to wait for stuff to happen before you can get experience from anywhere. Also, instead of getting rank 1 this, finishing Shell is so much more important. It just gives 15% mitigation, like, that's completely unparalleled. I would have absolutely finished Shell there, 100%. It's just like the biggest buff ever. Because it's already worth paying for 15 procs as an aura, but the 15% on top of that is like absolutely insane. Step back lets you get rank 2 magic prot, that's fine. You need to ult immediately. Oh, you have ult down. That actually really sucks. Your team probably shouldn't have fought if you weren't there, but I guess Falcon is a free kill. You're heading immediately to the fight, that's correct. You don't really need it all, but you looked for it, that's fine. Now here you're pushed up a little far. Not that it really will make a difference, but you won't really be able to accomplish anything by being that far up. I don't know what Chalk's doing either. Now here, like, taunting somebody alone, first off, getting a single target taunt is not really ideal unless they're overextended, which they weren't. And you need to, before you go in, you need to look who can follow up on people that you taunt, and will you die out of being that far up. And right here, I don't know if they can kill you completely, but they absolutely will, or you will absolutely not be able to get any value by going on Neath. Because nobody's in range. Even if Poseidon was in range, like, they're not going to kill Neath right now. So that's just really too early for anything. Also, because you use your taunt, you not only baited in like, Poseidon into pushing up, but, like, I don't know. There was nothing that you could get out of that. That was just a way too preemptive taunt. Good ult for an overextender. You need to look to taunt immediately. 3 then. Now, here in cases like where they can't like TP out, you can actually do your 3 first and then taunt, because then it'll guarantee the second hit of your 3, and it's just a little bit better. Unless they're grouped up. Well, let's look at the fight again, because I think you could do a little bit stuff better. Like, if you did your 3 there first, that would have been a little bit more damage, I think, total. Also, Chalk was the better target, but I'm pretty sure there was just a slight misclick. They double beads, it's fine. Now here, Aquang does this 3, you're not in it, and then you walk into it. I know Ged knocked you up here, but you were going to walk into it regardless, so that really needs, like, you really have to avoid stuff on the ground ahead of time. That's like, The biggest thing to avoid in this fight is just Alkwong 3. Or Kukulkan 3, same thing. Really good shell timing though, because it saves your teammates. Your positioning here is really good because you can't really be anywhere else. And that's pretty much it. If you escape here, that's good. You probably can. If not, it's going to be close. You can probably taunt Thor as soon as he spins to avoid damage, and you would have been at much, much higher health right now. I think you could have lived if you taunted Thor as soon as he span. That would be a tough play to make, but I think it could have been done. Because if you taunt people that have like a channeled ability, they can't, you know, stay in the channel. Also, if you had Shell 3, I think you would have lived as well. Ooh. Would have made such a small difference, but... Or maybe your teammates would have, I don't know. Shell 3 would just have been a better buy there. Like, never not finish Shell. Like, getting Sovereignty first makes sense because you need that early protection and health for yourself personally. But after that, geez, Shell is just amazing. Especially if you start it. You can't not finish it. Thor Spinnerd. Here there's nothing really to do. Just wait, get all the little bit of experience you can, and just wait for another fight. Defend under towers. Defending under T1 would be really bad, probably. Because they have such a gigantic lead from Fire Giant in that last fight. You should be like level 16 by now, or 15 or something. At least 15. 16 probably. Phone. Now, they have Fire Giant, and Loki does have TP, so this isn't really the best fight. If you guys get kills, it's because they're misplaying. But you shouldn't really look to aggress like that under, like when they have Fire. It was actually like an okay time to go in, but if that team was good, they could have just Shrek'd you guys for going in like that. I guess there's an argument to be made that it's okay to do that on, in ranked games and such, but... Oh, you didn't even lose a Phoenix from that, that's huge. That's a really good taunt now, though. But you should probably get out as soon as you see the Loki TP. Yep. And you need to back because you're low health, and then you can just contest fire next time it's up. Right, Harpies are up, you can just get those, but do not dash by any means. Hogging there is fine. Late game sharing jungle is usually all you can do, so that's fine. Contesting gold might not be a possibility here. So you just have to ult. Make it cold. Do not eat the Alkwong ulti. You almost ate that. I know you didn't get hit by it in the end, but that was so close. You need to just like move out of the Alkwong ult, or Kukulkan ult, like immediately. Also, contesting something when 3 of them still have fire, and you're not all there is not really a good idea. I know it was mostly your teammates, but this is a really, really bad call. And that's in general, not really on you, but the team made a really poor decision in contesting gold when 3 had fire and you guys are behind. Basically, Apollo got picked for free. And this T1 tower is completely dead. Also, you don't want to dash like that. You kind of want to dash to, like, surprise people. Also, taunting Geb out of his role is really important, especially if Freya can just burn him. Kukulkan there was a fine target as well. He should die now. Easy. Even with Geb shield, should be an easy kill. If Freya has ult. Yep. Good body blocks from the Thor. Thor's near. You should get out immediately. You guys are kind of fighting out of nothing. I don't know what's happening. He's gonna land Freya. Yeah. GG. Freya's dead. Oh, he forgot to TP! He forgot to TP! And whenever you're looking to initiate like that, I know you've been ahead most of the game, but you really need to look to like see who can follow up, because you kind of dashed alone there, and wasted the cooldown of your dash in 3. Like, it didn't really hurt you there, but having the cooldown up at all times really helps in case you make a mistake later. So you don't want to look to initiate unless you're completely able to be backed up, so that was really early of an initiate. Now here you kind of backed a little bit late because fire's been up, but since it's a rank game, I guess it's okay. Nobody's really going to be out on fire in time. So here your goal is to look to dash taunt as many people as possible. Let's see what happens. Like, anyone that's grouped up, just dash taunt, easy. Athena's OP. All that, like, going the squishies, Neith's so overextended, they're so grouped together. You should be looking to be so much more aggressive because Athena's such a good initiator. Like, even out Kwang or Kukulkan alone. Now, you're kind of tanking damage for no reason. I know you warded, but honestly, like, if they're just auto-attacking you like that, you can go on them. Like, don't be afraid to just be aggressive when you're Athena. Like, Athena's the best character in the game at aggression, and you need to taunt Thor out of spin. Oh, that Kraken was so bad. Taunt, taunt, taunt. Nice, good taunt. You need to do your... Okay, also notice in general, out of your, like, taunts, you do your 3 a little bit later. As soon as you taunt, you need to do your 3, like, almost instantly. Because getting that on cooldown immediately lets you use it a little bit sooner next time. It doesn't seem like it matters much, but it really, really does. Now here you're kind of grouped up. You kind of should spread out in case Thor dunks. Yeah, you got a 4-man ulti there. No reason for him to do that. Now fire should be completely free. Loki shouldn't end the game, and if he does, one person get back. Yeah, you guys can definitely back here, or Chuck can like back alone, the rest of you can finish fire. This is a free fire. So here it's going to reset you, and you should try to dodge the lines, basically. Poseidon should reset on you. Now, the pools are about to come out, so you should like not have one where you're like need to tank it, because now you're like taking damage from both the pool and the thing. So what you can do is right before the pools come out, just like run to there, which not only zones people, but just make sure that you don't have pools near the fire giant. Also, if you're tanking fire and you're about to get hit by a lava line, then make sure you just don't auto-attack right before it spawns, so that way you can get out of it even if you're lagging. I think you can just like strafe out of it if you're not lagging with just boots 3, but when I'm streaming I can't, so I stop at auto-attacking, and it helps me a lot. But you should never ever get hit by a lava line, pretty much ever. Unless it's like 3cc or something like that. What a cheese item, dude. Please remove that. Okay, now that you have a lead, you can definitely just like push towers. Tonic Gib Shield's okay. I don't know what... Wait, Neith's like behind you. You need to be at Neith immediately. Like, if anyone's ever in your back lane, you need to just like go there instantly. Like Neith, if they get a kill here, it's like on you partially. I don't think they're gonna get a kill though. But you guys should have collapsed on Neith a lot faster since they were just simply overextended. Now I don't know why Freya's backing, but the taunt there on the Thor was way more important than Geb. Taunting Thor would have forced beads, and that's just important. Also, you should have pushed up with your teammates as soon as you did stuff. Good taunt, but again, you just walked into where Kukulkan was ulting. You need to just be aware of where he can ult and dodge it ahead of time. The shell was also a bit late, because if it happened before Kukulkan ult hit, that would have been huge for your teammates. Also here, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to be immediately near your teammates, if only for Heart Ward and Sovereignty Aura, because Poseidon has a really high chance of dying here. Like, basically, in general, out of teamfights like that, you need to be immediately near your teammates at all times, because if they go on your teammates, you can either slow or just have an aura or body block or anything, but right now you're adding no value to the teamfight whatsoever by being so far away. Thor's going to dunk Poseidon right now. He misses for no reason, and you're still running so far away. You could have helped your teammates out so much here, like, in so many ways. I don't know what you're doing. You were still very healthy. Now you need to ult, like, Chuck immediately. Yeah, that's a good ult, good ult. I know you were trying to get ult value, I guess, but body blocking the Geb is really good. Nice. You should probably just tank this. Nice. And then focus Phoenix and then back out. And reset. You're taking a lot of damage from Phoenix. You need to like reset. That was lucky beads or Magi's. That was his Magi's. Nice. Good taunt though. Good taunt. Your team is way too aggressive now. You backed out. But also, you need to be in range of Heart Ward and Sovereignty Aura. Even though your team is overextending, you could save them just by standing next to them. And you're just kind of backing out way too early. You're still pretty healthy. Like, you're kind of letting your teammates die after the fights are over. But with, like, if you stayed, that was still a guaranteed Phoenix, and I don't know. You could have definitely saved that. Well, now your goal should definitely be to save the left Phoenix, which you can do, I think. That hog was fine, because fire's not up soon.
Killing spree! Double kill!
What the heck? I did not press Q. What the heck? What was that? So here your team should probably just be defending the Phoenix for you, basically, since you can't. Oh, there it is! What the heck? There's like something here that pushes you down. Alright, there it is. I'm not... Whatever. What the heck? Anywho. Yep, just soloing Bustin' right now is fine. You need experience more than anybody, and... yeah, that's basically it. Just that you need to drop the bus before they can do anything. Also, you should basically just sentry ward like anywhere, hoping to get their ward, and then back for another sentry before gold's up, because that's huge. Also, against their team, you got Winged Blade against like the Kukulkan alone. It's an okay item late game. Not really much of an alternative, so I guess it's a fine buy. The alternatives would be like Spirit Robe or something like that, but that's not even much better. However, a probably better buy would have been Witchblade, because Loki is huge on their team, and protecting your teammates any small amount would be gigantic. So I would add to your considerations Witchblade there, in that slot. Here, you should look to dash taunt any squishy, because he's completely alone. Like, that should have been a dash taunt on Neath immediately. Again, you're going in a different avenue as your teammates. You always need to be grouping your teammates. You're going in way too much alone. Again, you just kind of left Neath completely alone. I know Loki's in the back line, but you can't just ditch teammates. So, that dash is fine. But again, this is the fourth Ao Kuang ult that you've eaten just because you're grouped up in your teammates, and I think it's going to be game. Honestly a miracle that you didn't die. That was correct pathing out though. But you're just grouping up so much and eating CC that if you didn't do that, then I don't know, there's not much to say here. Like, they can pretty much guarantee the Fire Giant. Nothing much that you could do. But you just need to be way, way grouped with your teammates. Like, you need to be with your teammates, but not on top of them, if that makes sense. You need to be near them, but not like next to them. They're sieging mid. Your goal is to dash taunt as many people as you can after they're under their Phoenix. That is the best fight you can get then. You need to taunt their squishies like immediately. Like, Neath is right there, why aren't you taunting? You need to taunt like way sooner. Also, you needed to shell Poseidon before he died. And again, you're grouped up for AoE. Fortunately, Kukulkan didn't hit you, but like, Loki went on that guy and you didn't shell him, and that's why he died. And also, like, Neath was so overextended, and you didn't taunt her. You need to look to taunt like people just immediately. Again, you were grouped up in your teammates for Thor ulti, and like, you guys are losing fights, not just on your end, but like, your whole team's grouping up for AoE like that, and that's why you're gonna lose the game right here.
Your Titan is under attack.
I don't think there's anything you can do at this point. There's not a correct play here. It's guaranteed over. So, in general, you need to share way more experience in lane. Stop soloing jungle camps. Look for more aggressive taunts in the late game, especially on squishies. Group near your teammates, and don't leave fights too early. Those are the best things that you should be looking at to improve. Loki sold Crusher. Aw, that's a shame. That was hilarious. A hilarious item. Yep, 3 Phoenix is unrecoverable. I don't think I can really analyze anything else at this point, 'cause there's no correct play in the next team fight. No matter what you do, it's over. I'll start channeling your dash a lot and then canceling it. Which doesn't make a difference, but curious, I guess. Why are they grouped on Neath Weave? Frey got double hit, Frey's pushing it alone, Fire Gem's not even up yet. But again, you need to be always going in the same way as teammates. If you were there, maybe they would have lived from just Sava and Heartward Aura. You were just way too far away. Now, right before Thor lands, you should, shell. You missed the shell. Good dash away, though. Good dash, good dash. If you shelled Poseidon when Thor landed, he would have lived in the long run. Taunting here anyone is fine. Yep, good taunt. Nothing else to be said. Again, out of taunts, you need to do your 3, like, almost right away. Because it's not only delaying the cooldown, but, like, they might not get hit by the second hit if it's too delayed. So, again, share waves and share experience in lane more. Don't solo jungle camps all that often, and if you do, it should basically exclusively be back harpies. When you're going to choose between a jungle camp and lane, if the wave is pushing to you or if it's already there, then you need to share the lane with your ADC, and then you can share the buff together anyway. Sharing experience is just huge. Wherever you rotate, make sure you take a wave. Your mid-harpy initiations are really good. You initiated at the right times, use your abilities correctly. After you taunt, though, you need to do your 3 a little bit sooner. You need to level your taunt before your 3, but maybe like in tandem with each other. And finish shell before getting on other things if you started that early, because that's huge. Also, when you taunt, there were a couple taunts that you did when nobody could follow up, so make sure that people can follow you up when you taunt. And also, don't leave fights so soon. There were a lot of fights near the end of the game that you kind of just left your team at.